Give me one player who's going to get benched midseason, in your opinion. One player who is not going to be a starter by week 18.
Tayshaun Gibson.
Yeah.
Tayshaun Gibson.
Yeah.
Why? Because Tayshaun Gibson was signed for a very particular reason. Steve Wilkes wants to play cover 3, and he's got the box safety in Hufanga, and he's got to have the deep middle coverage, and that's what Tayshaun gives you. And in a secondary that lost some real alphas, this guy's a leader. He's a leader. He'll get everybody lined up correctly. He'll play the deep middle. But as the season goes on, I think you're going to see that Jair Brown is a much better player. And I think by midseason, he will have taken that job away from Tayshaun Gibson.
I think that's a good answer. The other one I'm going to go with is Lenore. Diamador Lenore. I like Diamador Lenore. I feel like Diamador Lenore has created the best version of himself. So respect to Diamador. I respect what you've done. But I feel like he's working from a deficit. He's a shorter corner. He does have good speed, but at the crisis moment, he could be right in phase with a wide receiver. When the ball's in the air, I don't think he plays it very well at the catch point. He did have some interceptions in the playoffs, but if the wide receiver's like 6'1" and the pass is placed properly, I don't think there's much that Lenore can do. And I think there's a reason that they drafted Darrell Luter Jr. I don't think he's going to hold on to that job. I think he's going to get mossed a few times, and they're going to try someone else. That's my prediction with Lenore.
Well, it's not a bad call because there are guys that they could go to. Like Womack, I thought looked as good as any player on the field on defense.
As long as you're going to go with short corners on the outside, why not Womack? Yeah.
Womack's got unbelievable ability. And don't sleep on Deshaun Jameson. And so they're both out there. They got the one thing the Niners have quite a bit better at this year than last year is they got good depth on the corner. If I was going with another one, though, I would have gone with Jake Brendel, because I just think that you got John Feliciano there, and Feliciano is he's a proven player in this league. He's 325. He's not 295. He's tough. He's strong. He can keep the rush out of the quarterback's face. It's obviously imperative. And I know Brendel was a Pro Bowl alternate, and I know he's probably a favorite of Forster, and he's a smart guy. He's competitive. He's really good, I think. I think he's a really underrated player. But I think Feliciano is just a bigger, stronger guy who can anchor against, the Chris Joneses and the Fletcher Coxes and the guys who were just behemoth inside. And I think Feliciano is a starter. He's always been a starter. If the fact that he's even here and is not starting kind of makes you go, that's weird. And so is he going to start over Banks? No. Is he going to start over Burford? Probably not. But he may start over Brendel. If Brendel even has any issue at all this year, I could see Feliciano in there. Huge addition.
Let's take some more of these super chats. Wave 9 says Kyle letting the media say BP when he's going with Trey Lance. I don't think Kyle, to Kyle's credit, I don't think he's made up his mind. I think he's understanding the lay of the land. Like, yeah, Brock's great, and he's not cleared yet. So let's deal in reality. Who's available? Sam Darnold, who sees ghosts, and Trey Lance, who seems to be improving. And there's Brock, who's coming back. I think, I don't know. He doesn't have to have an evil plan. He could just be open-minded. Twisted Clown says over under Kyle getting 1.5 quarterback. Over. Thank you very much, Twisted Clown.
History says it's going to go over.
Kind of. Mike Drops with Monza says it benefits to sit if you're Brock. Even if Trey plays the whole season, Brock's streak is intact. Brock even regresses slightly. His money's going to hurt. Have to be playing with second contract priority. Yeah, I feel like Brock has shown so much. He has so much good film that he could slow play it. He could say, some team's going to want me. My film is great. I don't need to rush back for anyone. But
the whole Niner mode this year is get the 1 seed. I mean, the one thing that I think I was talking to either Barrows or Mayoko. One of these guys was making the point, and I think it's appropriate, is that the Niners are always about the bowl. I mean, they're always about the six Lombardi. Jed talks about it a lot. But this year, I get the feeling that it's just like they feel like it's their time. They will not be satisfied with a trip to the conference title game. They've been there in 3 of the last 4 years. They want to go to Vegas. They want to get that trophy. They want to. I mean, I think ultimately John, Kyle, Jed, they're all somewhat made men if they can get that elusive 6th Super Bowl, and they know it. I think they're all about it.
Yeah. Okay. Last second. Hold on. Strawberry reacts says, if Brock is cut, does he clear waivers? No. Last second sports says, what's up, Jesse? Someone who trains Mahomes and Dak came out and said Christensen really changed Trey in a big way. Check your text, Grant. Dang, LOL. What's up, Larry? No, I got it. I watched it. I watched the video. It was great. We were talking. I saw it too. That's I don't need someone to tell me what it looks like. I've seen it. He does look a lot different to me. I think that the way he throws, slants, screens, all the short stuff is way different. I think it's a huge development for Trey. That's the way I see it.
I think the most underrated aspect of that whole thing, Grant, is the time that Trey got to spend with Mahomes. Because Mahomes, if you watch this quarterback thing on Netflix, it's what makes Mahomes special is just like his will. He has a will to win that's like a Jordan, that's like a Brady, that's like a Jeter. It's like, he has a great will to win. There was one segment that you got to check out in the game last year against Kansas City where Gibson broke. I think it was Gibson who broke on a comebacker, and he broke really hard on it. And Mahomes noticed and was like, "Hey, if they're gonna roll downhill that fast and they're gonna come up that aggressively on the underneath stuff, that means they're leaning forward, and that means they're susceptible to the deep ball." And then he burned him deep a couple times. And I just his mindset, his aggressive, taking every slight on a football field personally, being totally in the moment mentally. I just think that is going to be something that Trey probably got out of that experience with Christensen. And by the way, the other thing that I also noticed is the guy that Trey was throwing to the other day at TCU, Tay Martin. Watch the hell out for Tay Martin. If I'm Jawan Jennings, I'm showing up in camp with a purpose this year because Tay Martin could come for Jawan Jennings' job.
Yep. Brother Bob says, Nails saw that on your YouTube. Larry still trading Kevin. Kevin?
My son?
Larry, say it. Lance will break out. Purdy traded. Yeah, he's going to be traded. Traded. Joseph Stockbridge says, who do you guys think should have a higher Madden rating, Debo or Ayuk? Ayuk. I'm team Ayuk.
Yeah, I think Ayuk is got more. First of all, he was more productive last year. So for those who are like, well, Debo was better last year, no, Ayuk was better last year. And I think Ayuk's got another level to get to, and I think he's got a better body to have longevity in the NFL than Debo. So I'd lean with Ayuk.
I feel like Ayuk is in midseason form all the time, and Debo hasn't been in midseason form in a while. Sorry, Debo. Mike Drops with Monza says, I think Debo is a better route runner than people think. If you watch him, he runs lazy routes. Debo is more of a weapon. Ayuk is far superior.
Did you just see what that guy just wrote? He says, I think Debo.
Yeah, I think he miswrote it. Jennings, Lenore, non-starters come week 18. Jennings. Yeah, he drops a lot of passes for a possession receiver. Kless says, you guys saved me from nothing to listen to tonight at work. Thank you. Can't wait for camp. Hope Trey can fully compete. I mean, yeah, he's healthy enough. Ronnie Bell, big time contributor by the end of the year. That'll be interesting. Maybe Ronnie Bell takes Jennings' spot. Could be.
There's a Ronnie Bell thing that I didn't realize in the draft, and I didn't realize it after the draft. I only caught it like right before the last day of minicamp. Ronnie Bell's dad is not just a football coach. Ronnie Bell's dad coaches wide receivers at a college, and I forget the college. like Northern Illinois or something like that. I forget exactly where. Maybe it's Western, but his dad is a collegiate wide receiver coach. And when you watch Ronnie Bell, it's like he looks like the son of a wide receiver coach. He does everything right for the most part. He's good. He's not particularly big. He's not particularly fast. There's nothing about his skill set that says he's good until you see him on the field. Then you realize this guy's good. So I can't wait to see. That's going to be a battle royale, man. Because I don't think they're going to keep more than 5 receivers. Debo, Ayuk. I think Danny Gray is going to make it because of the vertical speed, and Ray. So what does that mean? That means that, in my mind, Ronnie Bell, Juwan Jennings, and Tay Martin, and maybe Willie Snead, but Willie's more veteran depth. Those 3 guys, Tay Martin, Ronnie Bell, and Juwan Jennings, that's a battle, man. And one guy's probably going to get that job, and the other 2 guys are not. So that to me, that's going to be absolutely fun to watch this summer.
Monza says, I hear the 1 seed and agree. However, which quarterback will play this year with 0 growing pains? What scenario has the least amount of growing pains? Good point. I think everything involves growing pains. And I think that's like the number one built-in excuse for the Niners this year if they don't win the Super Bowl. Well, the quarterback room was young. It was. It is. That's what you wanted, though. That's what you bragged about at the owners' meetings and how versatile and cheap it was. Anyway, we got to end this show pretty soon.
They wanted the cheap room. I mean, come on.
Their
team is built on having the cheap quarterback room. That's why you have Javon Hargrave.